Why It Sucks to Be Born as a Horse by Denzel. I've never
Just a quick drop
thought
to the
about
ground,
being
and
born
here
as a
you
horse, but
are,
let's see.
born smack dab in the middle of a wide open field in the American West. Mom gives you a few
Horses
licks,
is
then
cool
nudges you
though.
to get those wobbly spaghetti legs working, and a warm hug for the ground. A couple more face plants, and soon enough you're wobbling around upright, looking like a person trying on heels for the first time. You wobble over and grab your first sip from the unlimited
Hey
milk tap
yo,
conveniently
hey
located under
yo.
Mom. Not exactly Starbucks, but it'll do. Barely had a taste when the herd decides it's time to move, and Mom's off, so you follow her wobbly
They ain't look like
pace.
no
This
motherfucking
is your
nipples.
herd, about 8 mares,
Uh,
or maybe
Wait,
9, and
cows got what is the motherfucker? Older. What is it
that
called?
old guy over there, that's the
That cows
stallion,
got?
the leader and protector of the group, and
Or is
he's
that just
also your
nipples?
dad. By the way, you're not the only newbie here. There are foals everywhere, all looking like tiny, shaky adults just learning to keep their legs in check.
What's
You
up
all
with y'all
start sniffing each other's
niggas?
noses and bumping heads in what could pass as a full version of a handshake. By the time you're 4 months old, you're starting to get pretty tired of milk, so you start giving grass a try like the
Them
adults.
niggas
That
said,
first
"Fuck it,
bite
I'm sick
isn't
of this."
exactly a breeze,
I
but
understand.
just as you're wondering if you'll ever get the
Fuck
hang
that
of it,
noise.
a weird, sharp smell wafts in. You flick an ear,
Do
glance
horses
up,
eat
and...
meat?
Oh,
Oh,
hi, Mr. Wolf. Before you can even think about turning tail, the stallion's already in front of you,
oh,
snorting
word.
and stamping like a full-blown alarm
Horses
system
be
on 4
fighting wolves.
legs. The wolf pauses, sizing him up, clearly realizing that dealing with an angry stallion and a whole herd of horses is not on his to-do
That
list.
nigga don't
After a
want no
few
smoke,
seconds of
man.
maybe, maybe not, he slinks back
I'm
into the
role playing.
bushes
I'm
like
one
a
of the horses.
ghost. Well, didn't expect that to be so easy.
Oh,
Alright, back to
get
figuring
pussy
out how to
ass
chew
nigga.
this green stuff. Days go by
Fuck
and you
wrong with that
start
nigga,
picking up
man.
on the
My
herd's
dog.
schedule. Mornings mean munching grass, afternoons are for lazing around. Every now and then, you all watch as the stallion squares off with some pushy newcomers trying to take over the whole group. Life goes on like this until one chilly morning, something's different. A sharp bite in the wind, an earthy scent you haven't smelled before. The adults start moving, herding together with a sense of urgency. Winter's on its way, and the world's about to change. The grass turns dry and brittle, waterholes shrink to puddles, and your carefree days are swapped out for long treks, searching for anything green and drinkable. Survival isn't just about how fast you can run. It's about knowing the right place at the right time. Your little body's changing, too. That soft fur you started with is growing tougher, thicker, and warmer. A cozy
You
layer
need
from
that,
nature to
right?
help
You
you
gonna
brace
need
for the
that.
cold season. Or, let's be real, just to make things a bit less miserable, since this fur isn't exactly winter armor. The herds huddle close, pulling you and the other foals into the center to shield you from the biting chill whenever the wind picks up. Now it's better. You watch the older
See,
horses,
this is.
hooves
I didn't even think this is so. This is if you just live in a wild. I be thinking honestly when I think of horses, I think of them on a farm. You feel me? At a barn or some shit. But I guess you feel me. Horses are wild animals. You just don't. Are horses wild anymore? Like, is there? Like, can I just? I'm assuming they'll be in like Texas. Can I just go to like Texas and see a fucking wild horse? Like a bunch of them just running. Is that a thing, or is they all captivated now, or whatever?
scraping through the snow to uncover
In
the scraggly
captivity.
grass underneath. You give it a shot, pawing with your little hooves, and a bit of grass for the taking.
Damn, a wild
It's not
horse will
much,
low-key
but
be
it'll do.
fly. Just seeing
2
some
years
horses
later, and
running
you've
like
officially
deer.
entered your juvenile phase. But being grown up isn't quite what you expected. Life's starting to feel like a never-ending
He smacked
parade
that
of
nigga.
kicks and shoves from the stallion.
He
He's
smacked
had
that.
just about enough of you and your buddies, too.
Yeah, smack
As
that
the only
nigga.
adult male in the herd, he's not thrilled about having a bunch of young colts coming of age around him. So you've got 2 choices. Take him on for control or hit the road. Alright.
Wait. So horses live in packs, like kinda, but it's only male horses. Like it's one male horse, and then the rest is female. So he just impregnate all the women.
Right, make your
That's G
move.
shit right there.
Good choice. Sometimes keeping all your limbs in one piece is the smartest option. You might as well say
Damn,
goodbye
man,
to
he
your friend
gangster
on the
that
way
nigga.
out. Oh, never mind. He's already trailing along,
That nigga
kicking
got
out
beat up.
just like you. Meanwhile, the young mares get to stay with the herd. Now it's just the 2 of you,
Yeah, this a
trekking through the
five.
mountains
This
and
a
settling
five.
into your new bachelor lifestyle.
Art.
Days are
Five
spent
art.
searching for food, facing off with
Lifestyle.
wolves, and sometimes making a swift retreat. Then, one day, you stumble upon a herd of 5 other young stallions.
What's good,
Great,
my
new
niggas?
friends. You join up and form a bachelor gang, and suddenly life's
Hey.
looking a lot more interesting. You all roam together, hunting for
They're my
food,
guys
and
right
every
there,
so
you feel
often, fights break out within the group.
Sometimes we
Watching
scrap.
these scraps becomes the highlight of your day as you
Sometimes we
sit
eat
back,
popcorn.
learning a few fighting moves, and keep yourself out of the fray. Until you're big enough to take your fair share of knocks. This
damn.
bachelor herd has a pecking order, and it's based on strength. To climb up, you have to challenge the horse above you, then the next, until you reach the top. And that only happens after a lot of rough and bloody fights. Okay, let's advance the story a little, and you've finally become the strongest in the group. What's the next step? Finding a herd of mares and taking it over. Amazing. You're about to leave the bachelor life behind. You and your gang set off, and soon enough you cross paths with a pack of wolves. But they don't seem interested in you. They're actually targeting a herd with only one male.
Oh.
It's much easier to take on a single stallion than a whole bachelor gang.
Makes sense.
You nod politely to each other and keep moving. Wait a minute. You're both after the same thing, a herd of mares. Things just got interesting. You keep trekking over hills and endless plains. Look there, a herd of mares, ripe for the taking. Their stallion doesn't exactly look like he's in fighting shape, and your buddies are hyping you up. They know you're the strongest in the group, and they're ready to see you claim your prize. They're practically breaking out the popcorn as you warm up for the showdown. The stallion catches sight of you and knows what's up. Game on. In minutes, the duel kicks off. You're throwing hoof strikes and, when necessary, going in with teeth. Oh, right. He's got teeth too. Ow. That stings. The fight drags on until you've had enough. Usually about 5 minutes of back and forth. Nice try. Your crew are sizing up the other stallion's strength based on how you're holding up. Since you're the strongest of the bunch, they know their chances are slim if you're struggling. You head back to the group, covered in bruises and scratches. Close one, apparently. After a bit of recovery, you go after another stallion you find on the way. And, yep, round 2 of bruises. Turns out claiming a herd isn't as easy as it sounds. It's a game of attempts and setbacks. You remember watching your...
I didn't know horses did all of this. I don't know why. I thought horses would just kind of just live. They ate grass, kind of, roamed around. I assume... I mean, I don't think horses live in the cold because I feel like people brought them over here because they in the Midwest. But where do horses originate from? I don't feel like they originate from the cold.
Old leader go through this until he finally won a herd.
Maybe that's why they got that.
So each scar from these battles just toughens you up, makes you sharper. Winter's here and the landscape shifts. Food becomes scarce, your fur thickens, and thoughts of sparring with other stallions takes a back seat to survival. You and your crew wander for miles, scouring for anything edible and drinkable. When the biting cold hits, you find shelter near cliffs, huddling up to stay warm. This goes on until spring finally returns. The heavy winter coat starts to shed, and your herd mates return to their sparring routines. As for you, it's back to the hunt for a stallion with some lovely mares to win over. By age 5, you finally succeed, defeating a stallion and claiming his mares and their young for yourself.
So nice. Do they kill the stallion? Like when they fight them, if they win, do they just kill them, or do they just like beat them niggas and they leave, and the stallion on their own now?
Now you're the new stallion. Your old group breaks up, with the strongest taking the lead in your place. Welcome to your new life, with all new challenges. Now you're the one fending off wolves. Having all these mares doesn't come without a cost. You raise your hooves and fend off wolves one by one, thanks to all the skills you honed in past fights. They finally back off, giving you a moment's...
Horses be beating wolves' ass like that? For real? Like, is wolves not really a obstacle for horses? Like, is horses really like that? I didn't know that.
Peace before you guide the herd to a safe spot with enough grass. This new life as lead stallion isn't quite the glamorous gig you imagined. Protecting, finding food, guiding, and fighting. Lots of fighting. Now your opponents range from wolves and mountain lions to ambitious young stallions who want your spot. Your mares mostly keep to their roles, giving birth, caring for the young, and watching you throw down in fights.
So all of this for some coochie, basically. Niggas doing all of this for some coochie.
You're at peak strength, nearly unbeatable, and if you get injured, the mares look after you. So lucky. Winter rolls around again, bringing fresh challenges, long treks and gnawing hunger. You lead your herd to the spots you think might still hold food and water, relying on the wisdom you've built over the years. At least in winter you get a break from those young stallions, though there's the occasional wolf that still needs a reminder of who's boss. You've got this routine down by now. By age 12, you've fought more battles than you can count and roamed these plains so often you know every inch. You're starting to feel it though. Your muscles ache and you're slowing down. But no one cares, you've still got to fight. This might be your last showdown. A young stallion stands before you, brimming with energy and ambition, his gang cheering him on. No sweat, you've got the... Oh, well, that was quick. Just like that, you're defeated. The mares are gone
Hey, it's
without.
just like when you up, nigga. Everybody around you, you got all the bitches love you, right? Don't let you lose it, nigga. Not to say that you can't get bitches without it, you feel me? But all the bad bitches gonna be on you, woody woo, when you got it, and let you lose it all. Let you, what they say, you fell off, all of that shit. Just
Without
like
so much
that.
as a goodbye. How's that for
On to the next
gratitude?
nigga. Don't
Now,
put
for
your
the
trust
first
in these
time,
bitches,
you're
you wouldn't
truly
shit.
alone, wandering the same
Focus on
plains you
yourself,
once
young
ruled
nigga.
with your herd. After years of protecting them, you're left hoping you can protect yourself. Winter's here. This time, I'm not so sure your body can take the biting cold, but let's find out. You push forward alone through the freezing winds, scaling mountains in search of anything green. You've got a bit of fat stored from the last seasons. Hopefully it'll keep you
They
going.
only
You keep
eat
moving until
grass
you
for
find the
real?
side of a rocky cliff
Horses?
and settle down beneath it for shelter. Remember when you used to huddle here with the herd, all packed tight to stay warm? Now it's just you, no one to
You
lean
gotta
on.
find some
Think
boys,
they even
pause.
remember
You
you?
gotta find
Oh,
you gotta
look
find
over
your
there.
guys, you
There's
feel me?
that old wolf you've taught a lesson to so many times. Looks like he might be back for a little revenge. And he's brought friends.
Oh, he got the game with
What a
him.
way to go. Dinner for a bunch of mangy wolves.
Damn, that's it? Damn. Good vid. First vid by this nigga I seen. That's a good vid though. I'm finna subscribe. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Can have a co-stallion who's either a brother or close friend. That's fine. If they can have like a good friend or a brother, you feel me? I'm talking about Chad and Tyrone. Nah, that's fine. I'm low key finna tune in. I need to learn about animals. I kind of like how he did it. He put it in like a human perspective. You feel me? That's a good video. I actually really enjoyed that.